Hello and welcome to episode 447 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. Now, in today's episode, we're talking about 27 questions. 27 questions. Can you guess what it is? There are 27 questions that your buyer could or will ask you or consider. Some of them could be unspoken questions, as per yesterday's podcast episode. But these are the questions that your buyer is trying to answer, and your ability to answer them well and confidently and sufficiently will help you to make the sale or lose the sale accordingly. The 27 questions kind of form the backbone of my clear sales message methodology. I'll share the principal ones with you here. I can't share all of them with you here because we haven't got time, and some of them are very kind of unique to my methodology, and once you understand how it works, you'll have a very different insight on things, but I can't share everything free on a daily podcast. So the top ones to think about in order are: what do you do? What do you actually do? And the falling point here, the stumbling block here, is most people, when you say what do you do, they say what they are. I'm a photographer, I'm a wedding planner, whatever. The question isn't what are you, it's what do you do. So make sure you're answering that correctly. What do you do? How do you do it? Now, I can't go into the details of how you explain how you do what you do. That'll be an hour seminar, masterclass all on itself. But you need a concise and short and punchy articulation of how you do what you do, how you produce the result, how you work, what's your process of working, essentially. So what do you do? How do you do it? Then we move into why should I care? Now, this is an unspoken question. Why should I care? But very important. And this is to remind you that we have to focus on selling the destination, not the journey. Nobody's buying a plane seat. Everybody's buying the holiday, the feeling of being there. So make sure that in your communication, you're focusing on the end result, the thereafter, how your client will feel better, or the better consequences, a better situation they will have as a result of your product or service. So what do you do? How do you do it? Why should I care? Final one for now, I don't want these podcast episodes to be too long, is why should I choose you? And again, this can be a stumbling block. Why should I choose you? It doesn't have to be USP. It doesn't have to be unique selling proposition. You don't have to be the first, the best, only Guinness Book of Records. Absolutely not. But it does have to be compelling. So I call this ESP, engaging selling proposition or engaging selling point. What do your buyers care about the most? It could be how quickly you do it, the fact that you do it without needing something else or whatever. But we do need a concise answer. And because we're professional, reliable, affordable, that's not good enough. So it doesn't have to be fantastically amazing, but it does have to be engaging. Your buyer's got to care about it. So there's just a few of the questions, the 27 questions that we have to answer in order to create a clear sales message. But trust me, once you've taken the time to understand your buyer, sort out your objections, your qualifications, it leaves you in such a better position from a confidence point of view and from a conversion point of view, because you have an answer for everything, and we know that every conversation is optimized for success. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow, episode 448, as I talk at the speed of light. Hopefully you're keeping up. We're talking about promises. Yes, promises. But we'll cover that in tomorrow's episode. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please hop on over to LinkedIn. You'll find me there, James Newell, Clear Sales Message. Connect with me, shoot me a DM. Let me know what you like about the podcast, any questions you'd like to ask me, anything you'd like me to change or improve. I'm very much open to feedback, and it's really great to hear from my listeners from around the world. The podcast goes to all sorts of different countries. I can see it on kind of my little Spotify dashboard, all sorts of different countries, lots of places I've never been to, may never go to. I'm sure it's a bit weird. Right, that's enough rambling from me. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I'll catch you tomorrow for another exciting edition of the Daily Sales Message.